Okay. So we will start with little bit of recap with collectives. Can you give the name of collectives that we are learning? Which are the different type of collectives? Which collective is this? Which collective is this?
String.
It is a string collective. Which collective is this?
List.
Okay. So we know two type of collectives, string and list. Today we are going to do something known as tuples. So tuples are written in circular bracket. Okay. Or you have an option to omit the bracket. But what is more important is comma. Okay. So there has to be a comma to indicate that it is a tuple. Now if I am writing type of T, it means it is a tuple. If I am saying T is equal to 1 and I say what is the type of T, what is the type of T? Bolo? T is equal to
Integer.
1, so it is integer.
Integer.
But if I am writing T is equal to T comma, okay, either with a circular bracket or without a circular bracket. But if I am writing a comma, sorry, 1, okay, it becomes what? Tuple. Got it? So since the brackets are optional, comma is very important. Even if you have one term in tuple, it has to be followed by a comma. So this turns out to be a tuple. This turns out to be a. So if I am writing T is equal to 1, what is the data type of T? 1 without comma is what? Bolo? Am I audible?
Tuple.
No, it is an integer. Comma is the most important thing. Brackets are optional. ठीक है? अगर t के बाजू में comma लिखा है तो it is a tuple. If t के बाजू में 1 लिखा है तो it is integer. No comma means it is treated as an integer. Am I clear? Now
Yes,
tuple
ma'am.
is a collective. This is a collective with only one element. This is a collective with one element. This is again an integer any which ways. This is a collective with two elements. ठीक है? So how do we access the elements? When I say T0, it will give me which element? If I am
1.
having, yes, if I am having 1, 2, 3, 3 elements in a tuple, okay, with a bracket or without a bracket. For convenience, we always write. I just wanted to show you that it is possible without this also. So if I am having this, when I write T0, it will become what? 0th
1.
element is 1. Okay. T2 is
3.
okay. So if I say T0 multiplied by T2, what is the answer?
3.
Okay. Okay. So this is how you access the elements of tuple. Okay. Now tuple is something which is immutable. List is mutable. Tuples are immutable. Immutable means you cannot change the value. If I am having list 1, 2, 3, I can go ahead and change it. That is, I can say list 0 is equal to, I want to make it as 50. I can do that. And when I print L, then the first element has become 50. But when I'm talking about tuple is equal to, I have the same values. I have 1, 2, 3, and I want to change it. What will happen? If I say T0 and I want to make it 50, it is going to throw an error. Tuple object does not support item assignment, right? Because I cannot change a tuple. Tuples are immutable. Am I clear? Okay. So list of mutables, tuples are immutables. Quickly, I will write down. Okay. Let me see if I'm having tuple. Okay, so you can see over here, I have written list are mutable, can change in a memory location, and tuples are immutable, cannot change in their memory locations. Okay? This is a tuple. How do I iterate through the tuple value? I have already told you how do I go through each and every value of the tuple. All that I have to do is for I in T, I can just print I will become what? What is I here? बोलो I क्या है? For the first time, what is the value of I? What will it print? It's I need participation.
0.
What is I? It is written for I in T. This is my T.
I is counter.
So I is counter. Here, is it a counter or is it an element?
It's an element.
It is an element. I have written T means it. Here you can write any iterative. Then each element is I. Each time the loop is executed. 1, 2, 8, 5, 8, 8. So every time the loop is executed, each one of this is I. First time this is I, then this is I, then this is I, this is I, this is I, this is I. Okay? If I want to do the summation of all of them, I can also do S is equal to 0. Okay? And what I can do is, I can say S is equal to S plus I. That is, I is each element. I am adding it and putting it into variable S. Okay. So when I want to print it, I'll print the summation S. It is going to add all the elements of the tuple and show it. Right? Okay. I can slice the tuple. How can I slice the tuple? Can anybody tell me how a tuple can be sliced? I want to see, get only first 3 elements of tuple. What should I write? What should I write? Starting from first element. So what should I write first?
1,4.
1 will give me which index? And should I write comma or should I write colon?
Colon.
And should I write 4? So 4 will be included or not?
No, ma'am, it will not include it.
And if I write 1, then which index will it start from? Which is the index of this one?
0.
So I need to start it with 0, right? 0 to 4 means it will take 0, 1 and 2. 4th is omitted. So it will give me the first 3 values. Okay? If I want to print from reverse, what will I do? Reverse value 8, 8, 5, 8, 2, 1. This I have always showed you. When I want to do anything as a reverse, this is what I do, right? You remember or not? When I don't write
Yes,
anything,
ma'am.
it means from starting. I don't write anything means till end. -1 means this is the starting and this is the end. And if it is +1, it means the same thing will be repeated. Okay, this is with 1 and this is with -1. Okay. So this is called slicing. Okay. I can add two tuples. I can have 1, 2. Okay. Second tuple I am having equals to 3, 4. Okay. In both the ways I have written it. T1 plus T2 will give me T3. Okay. I can also have T1 multiplied by 3. It will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Clear? So the two operators plus and multiplication can be used. Slicing can be done. Okay. So all these are the basic operations. Let me show you the slide for once. That is my Gmail. Not Gmail. I'll open the Google Classrooms. Just a minute. Let me open. So I can show you all the methods. What are the different methods of tuple? It is taking long. Once the chapter is over, I'll share the worksheet as well as the PPT for this. Okay. We are doing tuples, right? So we have already seen creating a tuple. We already know slicing it. Okay. Iterating through it, updating a tuple, I'll show you. Okay. Deleting a tuple, I'll show you. Okay. Packing, unpacking. So this, you can find out the length. You can do the addition. You can do multiplication. You can use membership operator, whether something is there in the tuple. You can iterate and you can do bigger or smaller. Okay. If I'm having a tuple. Okay. So here I am having T1 and T2. I can say T1 is greater than T2. I can compare the two tuples. Okay. Okay. He's not finding T1 and T2. I'll have to re-add them. Okay. Run the module. Fine. I have T1 is equal to 1, 2, and I have T2 as 1, 3. Okay. I can compare where T1 is greater than T2. What will be the answer?
False.
Okay. So I can do comparison, I can do slicing, iteration. I can find out the length of a tuple with the function len. Okay. Now suppose if I have to change the tuple T1, I have to make this 20. There are two ways I can do it, packing, unpacking. I had taught you last time. How do I do that? How do I do packing and unpacking? Any idea? I make two variables, suppose X and Y, and I say T1. T1 is having how many elements? 2. When I give it two variables, T1's first element is stored in X, second in Y. This is called as unpacking. Okay? So I'm unpacking it. Now I am changing X value to 50. Okay? And then I will pack it. I will say X, Y. This is called as packing. Okay? So now if I'm going to print T1, T1's value is changed. Clear all of you? So this is one way I can change it. Second way is I'll convert it into list using the list constructor. I'll turn it into a list. Once I have a list, then 0th item I'll convert to, say this time 70. Okay? And then I'll convert it back to tuple by the constructor called tuple. Every collective has a constructor according to its name, which will convert a list into tuple, a tuple into list. So the list is now converted into tuple. And now when I say T, acha, I change the name. Any which ways, it will become 70 and 2. Got it? So this is the another way using the constructor. This is the one way unpacking. Directly, you can never change the elements. You just have to manipulate accordingly. Clear all of you? Okay. Now, what else? We have done all this. Okay, packing, unpacking. Now I'll show you the functions of tuple. Okay. Length will give me the length, sum, shorted, del. I'll show you all of them. Okay. And index and count. चलो फटाफट कर लेते हैं. ठीक है. So we have something known as sum of T. It will give me the summation. Okay. I have max of T. It will give me the maximum value. I have this all are building functions. Building functions means you have to pass a parameter. Okay. Sum, max, min. Okay. Sum is 32, maximum is 8, minimum is 1. Okay. You already have done the length function. We already did the length of the tuple. Okay. So shorted. Okay. And delete. Okay. So we have two more functions. Print. I can have shorted T. I can short the elements of T. Okay. And I can shorted reverse is equal to true also. Okay, so it will give me in reverse format. Okay. And if I want to delete it, there are two ways I can delete it. I can write down del T. Okay. Or I can write del T. Any more method left? No. Okay. So minimum, maximum, this all are building methods. So you have to pass the element as a parameter. Okay. Whereas this two belong to tuple. So you write down tuple dot index and count. Okay. So let us run the code and see. Okay. Sum, maximum, minimum, shorted reverse, and del would have deleted it. Okay. My tuple is deleted after this. So if after this I try to print T, it's going to throw an error. Okay. T is not defined.
Ma'am.
Bolo beta.
So after passing through sorted, so the sorted data type will be list or tuple.
It will be a list. A shorted will always give you a list. Okay, क्योंकि
Okay.
tuple is immutable. Tuple को तो आप चेंज ही नहीं कर सकते उसकी मेमोरी लोकेशन पर, तो वो एक नया लिस्ट बना के आपको दे रहा है. ठीक है, you can observe the output. It will return you a list. ठीक है. Okay. Just a minute, please. टॉप 5 है जो ऑलमोस्ट रेगुलर भी है आपको पता ही है ना, जो क्लासेस में नहीं है, तो उन बच्चों को पेरेंट्स को कॉल करो तो कल बुलाना. ठीक है. ठीक. ओके. ठीक. So this is done. Now the last two things, that is index. Suppose I want to find index of something. So one of the element whose index I want to find. So I am removing this, it is going to throw an error. So since this is belonging to tuple, it is not a built-in function. So I have to write tuple dot index of, I want 8. So he'll give me the first index. Okay. When he will encounter 8 first, he will give me print. I want to find out total number of 8s. How many are there? Then I can say count 8. Okay. This sums up all the methods of tuples. You get a MCQ kind of questions. Second index. Okay. Index of 8 is, okay, or have I reversed it? Okay, index 0, 1 and 2, right? Okay. Or count of 8 is 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So everybody is clear with all the methods of tuple?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So all the built-in methods and the 2 methods which are belonging to tuple. There are some, when I'll share this, you can go through this. Okay, searching through a tuple and everything. I've written a code also. You can just check out. You get, as I told you, a lot of MCQ questions in your board related to this tuples and the next dictionary. And that is why I have a worksheet of 34 questions made, which you will have to do it. I'll give you the answers later on. Okay. Now, how does a dictionary look like? We have studied list, string, tuple, 3 collectives. 4th collective in our syllabus is a dictionary, okay, which is written in a circular bracket, and it is a key value pair and it is not shorted. Okay, usko aap shorted wo internally apne aap karta hai, you don't short it. Okay, or it is not indexed. It is shorted by the method sort, but you don't have an index given to its key value pair. So suppose this is the key and its value is A. This becomes the first element according to me, but they are not indexed. Okay. Second is B. So I am having 2 elements in the, or 2 key value pairs in the index. The way that the values are accessed in a dictionary is different. If I want to access a value, I have to write dictionary, square bracket, and the key value. Okay, one is what? The key value. When it will give, when I'll pass him the key, he will give me the value. Got it? Dictionaries are mutable, so I can change it. So I can say instead of A, I want D1 to be X. Okay, now when I say D, then A has turned into X. So dictionaries and list are the only 2 collectives which are mutable. Apart from that, everything is immutable. Clear? So when in exam you are asked what are mutable data types and what are immutable data types, then only list and dictionaries are mutable. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It can give me length. Okay. I can get it internally sorted on its own, though I do not have anything like dictionary ka number kya hai. There is no index. If I'll say D0, it is not going to give me anything because dictionaries are not indexed. Okay? Suppose I have a dictionary D is equal to 4 is X, okay, and 2 is Y. Okay, I can use the method sorted. Okay, what is he giving me? 2 and 4 क्या है? Key है या value है?
Key.
It will only give me the keys. It will sort and give me the keys. Okay. Dictionary has various functions. I'll show you through the PPT only. Okay. You can see the keys, you can see the values separately, and you can see the items separately. So there are 3
Ma'am.
functions. Yeah, bolo.
Can we change the key value?
Key you can add into it. Okay, a new key can be added into it. What happens?
So basically, we can say that key values are also immutable.
No, you cannot say they are immutable. Immutable means you can use a immutable value for it. I have to show you. Okay, immutable यानी अगर रोल नंबर 1 2 3 4 है, 1 रोल नंबर चला जाता है, नया बच्चा आता है तो आप 1 से स्टार्ट होने वाला है तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में उसे आप 1 बना देते हो. ठीक है, सो यू कांट से दैट immutable. It can change, but डिक्शनरी में 1 एक ही बार आएगा. Wait, I'll show you. Okay, say let me restart the shell. Okay, see if I am having a dictionary with the value 1, okay, and the value is x. Okay, there is already one in it. Sorry, I have to write is equal to. Okay, and I want to add one more 1 into it. तो क्या होगा? It will not add one more value. 1 can be only appearing once. Am I clear? I have methods for adding. Whenever I'll try to add it, it will either update the value, but it will not add one more add. Got it? So d dot update. Update actually adds one more dictionary. Let me show you systematically all the methods. ठीक है, accessing हो गया. Shorted delete, you know, I can delete the dictionary, it will no more exist. ठीक है, I'll show you each of them. I can get a key set default. Yeah, set default is the value that will allow me to set a value. ठीक है, let me show you each of them one by one. Okay, I have my dictionary. Okay, so basically I have a dictionary D with supposing 2 items, key and its value. It is not necessary that it has to be only a string. Okay, so I can have 2 second value, or I'll take third only, which is say 5. Okay, key value pairs. D dot keys will give me what? Keys. D dot values will give me what? Values. Okay, and D dot items will give me what? Both of them. Okay, instead of writing D1, which will give me what answer? If I write D1, क्या answer आएगा?
2.
बोलो. It is 2.
2.
This is the question asked in exam to confuse you, because you will think it is an index. Okay, I can also say get 1. Okay, it will also give me the same answer. Okay, now I can also say key array D dot get 1 comma some value I want to give. Okay, or say I am taking 3 already है, I'll put A. ठीक है. Okay, so 1 मुझे मिल गया with this value. Now what I am doing is D dot 2 does not exist, right? So get 2 comma A. Okay, now let us see the dictionary. Okay, so he's not giving, he will give me A if the value is or the key is not found. He will give me this as an answer. Okay. There is a method for adding Let me see how adding is already. I'll try to do one more addition for 1. Okay. I already have 1 and I want to add, but you can only change it. You cannot add. You can just change 1. ठीक है. So D आप वापस add ही नहीं कर सकते. You can never add 1 again because it already exists. Got it? You can only change it. You cannot add it. If I have one more dictionary, I'll try with this. I have 1 and in that value is 3. Okay, D is already there. I'll take D1 and I'll update method I'll use with it. So I'll say D dot update with D1. When I update, D1 is added to D. So let me see. He changed the value. D1 का क्या था 1 3 था तो उसने इसे 1 3 कर दिया. But 1 will never be repeated. Got it? So what are the features of a dictionary? It is mutable. दूसरा, keys cannot be repeated. ठीक है. तीसरा, keys are always immutable. I'll show you an example of this also. ठीक है. Keys are always immutable का मतलब क्या है? I can use A1. Is A mutable or immutable? What is data type of A? बोलो.
String.
Is it mutable or immutable?
It is mutable.
String is mutable. I told you only 2 are immutable. String is immutable. Only 2 are mutable. Which are the two which are mutable? अभी मैंने बताया
List
था.
and dictionary.
Yes.
List
So
and
this
dictionary.
will work. Okay. If I will use some integer, it will work. ठीक है. Because integers are also immutable. ठीक है. डिक्शनरी में अगर मैं यूज करती हूँ एज अ की 1 ट्यूपल, वो भी चलेगा. क्यों चलेगा? बिकॉज इट इज ऑल्सो इम्यूटेबल. लेकिन अगर मैंने डिक्शनरी में ट्राई किया कि आई वांट टू ऐड अ लिस्ट एज अ की, ओके, और उसकी कोई वैल्यू दी है मैंने, तो दिस विल थ्रो एन एरर. So this says that keys are always immutable. यानी आप as a key सिर्फ immutable values use कर सकते हो. Understood? This is mutable, cannot be used. Dictionary is mutable, cannot be used. Am I clear? समझ में आया बच्चों? 1 minute is left.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever I have showed, these 3 rules you came to know. डिक्शनरीज आर म्यूटेबल, की एंड वैल्यू पेयर होती है, इंडेक्स नहीं होता है, कीज कैन नेवर बी रिपीटेड. अगर आप रिपीट करने की कोशिश करोगे तो वो रिप्लेस कर देगा. ठीक है. जस्ट लाइक व्हाट वी डिड, वी मेड वन डिक्शनरी, यूज द मेथड एंड ट्राई टू पुट इट, व्हाट इट डिड, इट रिप्लेस्ड इट. ठीक है. सो कीज कैन नेवर बी रिपीटेड एंड कीज आर ऑलवेज ऑफ इम्यूटेबल डेटा टाइप. क्लियर? So next class, I'll continue with some additional things about dictionary, some more methods, and we'll see some questions which we can solve. Okay? Okay, then I'll be sharing a worksheet with you. I'll share Tuple's PPT today. Okay? Okay, beta, you can leave. Bye, beta. Alex, you have come very late. Have you understood?